it is fitting that the spotlight is finally on me. Kevin Owens is the star of this show. Even though the commissioner screwed me over and I told him to stay away from me, even he knows that he needs Kevin Owens to make his show a success. Last week was a significant change of the guard. Kurt Angle, the Olympic hero, came down to this ring and cried like a bitch. He whined, he complained. He lost one single solitary match and he's talking about retirement. I have been undefeated here since I debuted. And quite frankly, it is an injustice that I haven't been featured more prominently since. Kurt Angle came out here expecting to get a hero's welcome. Well, instead, he got his ass powerbombed in the ring on the apron by me. Metal is my show. I control this ring. And Kurt, I told you last week, if you didn't voluntarily retire, I was gonna put your ass out to pasture myself. And the offer still stands. So if you want to make that your last appearance, then that's fine by me. I get more TV time, but the spotlight remains on me. However, if you want to go out kicking and screaming, then I can set a date for Desolation. A match between myself and you, because there can only be one alpha male on this brand, and he is Kevin Owens. If you thought what I did last week was evil, Kurt, you're about to find out that I am an evil man. And I've done things that'll make your stomach turn. And Kurt, if you're stupid enough to accept my challenge, you're gonna find out how evil Kevin Owens truly is.
War Games is official for Desolation, but tonight a huge preview of that encounter. The Dudleys representing the corporate team taking on members of the Bullet Club in the form of AJ Styles and Finn Balor. A major tag team contest live tonight on Metal. And what about what we heard at the start of this program? Kevin Owens challenging Kurt Angle, but is Kurt Angle going to accept? We will find out later on in the program, but Kevin Owens says he's an evil man. That was evident last week when he powerbombed Kurt Angle on the apron after he was giving a retirement speech he hinted at. But maybe Kurt Angle has one more fight left in him. Tonight, however, it's about War Games. It's establishing control. The commissioner controls Metal, but he also controls a large percentage of the roster. He controls CM Punk, he controls Edge, and they're not even on this brand. But he has enlisted the help of the Dudleys and two goons who have remained masked, and we do not know their identities, but they have been causing trouble for the Bullet Club as of late, taking out the Young Bucks, almost taking out Finn Balor, but last week it was AJ Styles who came to the aid of Finn Balor to vanquish the Dudleys, to vanquish the goons. And ahead of the War Games match and the tag team contest here tonight, the Bullet Club was out in full force to show their support for Seth Rollins and to Rage Against the Machine here on Metal. It is a brand new year here in this company, and it is being led by the Bullet Club. We are leading the revolution against those that are trying to take control by any means necessary. It started off with the Dudleys double-crossing our boys, the Young Bucks, putting them through tables. And then last week on Metal, Finn Balor standing up for our boys, our guys. He took the fight to the Dudleys, but then what happened? You stuck the goons on him like they stuck onto Stone Cold and took him out. But luckily I was there to fend him off. And yeah, we are contracted to Metal. We are members of this brand, but we will not stand
idly by and watch somebody suffer injustice. That is why when Seth Rollins decided to stick it to the corporate team, we were there to back him up 100%. And they tried to take out Seth Rollins. They tried to put him out of action before WrestleMania. But we were there last week on NLW. We were there to take the fight to the corporate team. And now we have ourselves a War Games. It's gonna be Edge, the Dudleys, and those two goons taking on the Architect, Seth Rollins, the best tag team in the business, the Young Bucks, and of course, Finn Balor and myself, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. And the Bullet Club is ready to take the fight because the Bullet Club is ready for war. You're right, we do have a War Games, but we also have a brand split, which means that Metal Contractor performers are not allowed to appear on the other show. I was watching NLW last week for research purposes, and then you four showed up with the express written consent of nobody and tried to cause trouble. Now there will be no disciplinary action this time, but you do it again, I'm gonna sue your ass. Now the camera's cut out, so the people didn't see what the brawl led to. But I'll tell you what it led to. It led to CM Punk, Edge, and the rest of them getting beaten down by you four. And let's face it, it was a cheap and cowardly action. They were not expecting you to be there. But at War Games, they will be expecting you, and they will be prepared. Just like the Dudley Boys will be prepared tonight when they take on AJ and Finn. Now, as much as I hate Seth Rollins, and I'm going to enjoy sending my team, my guys, to take him out in War Games, unfortunately, I do not own Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is a member of the NLW brand, but I'll tell you what, I own you four, and as long as you're working for me, you answer to me. You don't answer to Stone Cold, and you certainly don't answer to Seth Rollins. Your first port of call is me, and you do what I say. So you can do your little Rage Against the Machine Revolution routine and recycle catchphrases from the 90s. But at the end of the day, I'm the one who owns this entire show. And as for War Games, may the best team win.
The commissioner intent on reminding the Bullet Club who controls them, who owns them. However, I think that the commissioner is scared that he doesn't believe that. He doesn't feel he can control the Bullet Club. And War Games is the perfect opportunity for the corporate team to vanquish this troubling revolution that's going on in the Bullet Club.
Commissioner, open up! Commissioner! Oh please, would you look at this guy?
Drew Galloway, one of the top picks for Metal, certainly an underrated and dark horse for the best pick after all. One of the most naturally gifted athletes that we have on Metal here, and oh my goodness, what a move, a reverse face plant in Alabama Slam, and the strength that he has to do to get that. And Tyler Breeze going to try and look at his face in that phone of his, make sure that beauty isn't messed up. And Galloway wants him back in the ring. Oh, but the referee's view is obstructed. And Tyler Breeze used the edge of that selfie stick into the throat of Drew Galloway, and that's what took out John Morrison a couple weeks ago. And Tyler Breeze with a beauty shot. And Tyler Breeze gets his first victory as a member of the Metal roster. And Tyler Breeze may have his face messed up after the Alabama Slam, but now revels in victory as he snaps several selfies, and he looks down at a prone trick. Wait a minute, maybe he's gonna have to look at those pictures a little more carefully. There he is, he's back. It is John Morrison. John Morrison is back after being taken out of action by Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze jammed that selfie stick into the throat of John Morrison, keeping him out of action for a number of weeks. And now Morrison destroys Tyler Breeze's phone, and Breeze isn't looking so pretty anymore.
My mind is spent. My body is broken. Yet I am ready for war. Trapped. Isolated. Locked away from society. These sick games we play. The twisted, demented steel. Are you ready for war? Notice Wrestling presents Desolation live on pay-per-view.
You better have a damn good alibi, or I'm gonna kick your ass right now. Now I know you think I ran you over, but it's just not the case. If I did, I'll be man enough to tell you to your face. And as much as I despise you, I do have some information that you might find interesting. I was in the loop a while ago. Look, I don't care. Get to the point. No cameras. We go in there, we talk right now, or I'll kick your ass.
Well, Shawn Michaels is a prime suspect in that hit-and-run case that took out Triple H. However, I'm interested to know what information Shawn Michaels has for Triple H. After all, they are bitter enemies, but what has he got to say to Triple H about what happened to him? Maybe we'll find out, maybe we won't. They didn't want cameras, but speaking of a completely different topic, last week Lita successfully defended her Women's Championship against Charlotte, and this week she had a match against an up-and-coming woman on the Metal roster in the form of Natalya. And as you're seeing now, Natalya put up a hell of a fight against the Women's Champion, at one point locking in a sharpshooter, but it was reversed by Lita, that veteran experience coming into play. And then, once again, the same as last week and the week before, Lita using Total Stratisfaction as a tribute to Trish Stratus, who has recently been recovering from a knee injury. However, what happened after this matchup shocked us all. Owen, would you listen to this? It sounds as if she is back. And is she actually hit? Yes, she is. And Trish Stratus has returned from the injury that kept her out of the Royal Rumble title picture following the Royal Rumble, and she's hit. Oh, what? And now she just shoves Lita, and what's she shouting at Lita for? And now she's going to walk away, and oh my god! And what the hell was that about? We have not seen Trish Stratus since, oh my god, she's got a chair. We haven't seen Trish Stratus since she lost the women's title opportunity in a cage match at the Royal Rumble. Since then, she's been on the shelf. And in the meantime, Lita has won the women's title, and Trish, oh my god! Total Stratisfaction on that steel chair. But why? Oh, Lita's hurt. We need medical attention right now for Lita. The women's champion taken down. And why has Trish done this? We know that Lita has been using the Total Stratisfaction maneuver as a tribute to Trish Stratus, who was at home injured, but why is she now attacking Lita? And Cody Rhodes now holding his stomach, but there is a clash by Big E. Big E, one of the top draft picks for Metal. He's defeated The Undertaker here before, and now tonight it's Cody Rhodes, but a disaster kick, maybe an upset, no. Powers out of the pin, and now Big E clatters Cody Rhodes and takes him out. Cody Rhodes has recently aligned himself with Diamond Dallas Page here on Metal. Last week helped him out, and DDP's helped him out as well, but there you see, thrown into the ring post, and oh hang on, he's got a chair, and this isn't no disqualification. Perhaps Big E getting frustrated that he can't put Cody Rhodes away, and wants to wail on him with a chair, but speaking of the Alliance, there he is, Diamond Dallas Page, pulling the chair away, and and Cody Rhodes with the Crossroads, and Cody Rhodes defeats Big E with the help of Diamond Dallas Page. Big E Langston was getting frustrated that he could not put away this young and up-and-coming Cody Rhodes. He tried for the steel chair, but DDP was there to repay Cody Rhodes after Cody Rhodes saved DDP from a beatdown last week, and this budding friendship continues to thrive. And DDP once again helping Cody Rhodes to victory, but we're going to move on now to the Hardcore title picture, and as we saw earlier this week, it was first broken on our Instagram account, the news that Dean Ambrose has lost the Hardcore Championship. And right now here on Metal, we're going to show you some exclusive footage of the event that took place. It was at an autograph signing, an exclusive autograph signing for fans and wrestlers alike. Wrestlers posing with the fans all day. There you see Dean Ambrose, the Hardcore Champion, signing autographs, signing title belts, when all of a sudden it was Arn Anderson who came to distract Dean Ambrose and basically call him out for a fight. But as we know, last week, Dean Ambrose wanted Roman Reigns to side with him, but Roman Reigns did not agree with that. And now you can see here what happened. Roman Reigns, a blind attack on Dean Ambrose, hitting him with the Hardcore title and then spearing him through a table, once again targeting Dean Ambrose. But it was this that was the main story. Here is a man who is also at the autograph signing in Xavier Woods, and he took advantage of the 24/7 Hardcore rule and became the new Hardcore Champion. Well, tonight Dean Ambrose had a response for Roman Reigns and Arn Anderson.
Well, bravo, Roman Reigns and Arn Anderson. You got me. You got me good. You swerved me good last week. I thought, Roman, you might accept my apology. We could go as brothers together, but no. I guess you just want to be controlled. And that's fine if that's your thing, Roman, but me, I'm my own man, and although I made that mistake last week, apparently I was stupid enough to make the same mistake by turning my back for 1 second. And Roman, you cost me my Hardcore title, and I should be in pieces, right? I should be moaning, I should be crying, I should be complaining, but what's the point, man? I've got to get on with the job. And I guess, Roman, you finally broke me down. You finally took apart everything I had. You listen to everything that Arn Anderson tells you. You listen to him. He tells you what to eat, what to do, how to sleep, how long to sleep, where to go. But what's he saying now? How about we ask him? Roman, I think he's asking for your help. I have found out a lot of information concerning my unfortunate accident, and it turns out you have a lot to do with it, at least according to Shawn Michaels. Now, whether or not he's bluffing or whether or not he's telling the truth, the fact is, I'm gonna prevent you a beating if you book me in a match against The Miz tonight. You've got the match, you've got the match, you've got the match, okay? Oh.
Trish, I gotta ask you, what the hell was that with Lita? Do you not see it? Does anybody see it? I cannot believe how oblivious people are. That bitch took advantage of my work at the Royal Rumble. I beat down Charlotte to the point where she could barely walk out of the cage. And then one night later, Lita takes advantage of my work. But the straw that broke the camel's back was when she took my move and tried to claim it as a tribute. I was at home nursing an injury from that brutal cage match. In fact, I've been at home for most of the last few months, and suddenly I see Lita. I see Lita rise up, and so all of a sudden, just because she said so, she gets a title match, whereas I had to scratch and fight for everything I've been handed in this company. But I always knew, this is what she's like. This is what she does. She's lazy, she's inconsiderate, and if you didn't get a concussion tonight, then clearly I haven't done my job. I think it's time for a worthy women's champion to step forward, and that woman is Trish Stratus. It would be an understatement to say it's not been the most stress-free evening for The Miz, but you could argue that about Triple H, and Miz misses the corner clothesline and there's a net breaker by Triple H. Since he's been back, Triple H has been gunning for the man who ran him over and took him out of this company months ago. He feels he is closer to finding out who the culprit is, but in the meantime, he is going to kick the ass of anybody who looks at him funny, and that seems to be what he's doing against The Miz. And I'm sure that Miz is regretting making that comment earlier tonight when Triple H was in no mood. I'm going to pay for it right now with a pedigree. Maria watches on, and The Miz is defeated at the hands of the game Triple H. And Maria unhappy with The Miz right there. But The Miz asked for this. After all, he was goading Triple H earlier tonight. Triple H has heard some stories from Shawn Michaels. Maybe he feels the commissioner's got something to do with the hit and run.
You're getting cold, game. You probably need to step it up if you want to find out who really ran you over. I see you out there running around like a headless chicken, scared for your life. You don't know which way to turn. You don't know who was the one responsible. And that's all I ever really wanted. Triple H, I'm still watching you. I'm not scared of you. It's the thrill of the chase, and you're nowhere near the culprits. But hey, don't let that stop you from trying to find the one responsible, because it's sure as hell making me laugh.
Oh, what the hell is this? It's a masked figure. We've seen quite a few of those recently, and he claims to be the one who ran him over. And meanwhile, in the back, there's Arn Anderson still tied up at the hands of Dean Ambrose, and there's Roman Reigns to unlock the key and try and set him free, but look who it is! It's Dean Ambrose, it was a trap! He was baited in! And Roman Reigns gets the dirty deeds! And Arn Anderson can only mumble in horror at what he's just witnessed. Dean Ambrose is not done with Roman Reigns, not by a long shot. And after that, after costing him the Hardcore Championship, Roman Reigns gets his comeuppance at the hands of Dean Ambrose, and that's another match that we have set for Desolation. But there is also some huge news coming out of Desolation as regards to what is going to be taking place at that event, the final pay-per-view before WrestleMania. Several huge matches, including for the NLW Tag Team Championships, the Broken Hardys going to challenge the Riot Squad. Last week, the Broken Hardys set the challenge, set the table, and the Riot Squad have accepted. And it's also going to be Kevin Owens going one-on-one with Kurt Angle. We have heard that Kurt Angle has accepted the challenge. He isn't retiring just yet. He wants to get revenge on the man who calls himself an evil man in the form of Kevin Owens. And as we saw, Roman Reigns cost Dean Ambrose the Hardcore Championship, and Ambrose got revenge by locking up Roman Reigns' mentor Arn Anderson, and they come to blows at Desolation. And it is going to be a battle of the wits between Brock Lesnar and Cesaro. Cesaro is one of the most strongest men I have ever seen in this company, pound for pound. And Brock Lesnar, he's a beast. This is going to be one for the ages. And you want to talk about one for the ages? A hardcore legend returns to defend his honor. Cactus Jack goes one-on-one with Bray Wyatt, who has been haunted by stingers of late. And this one is going to be a last man standing match. And who can forget the War Games match? Earlier tonight the Bullet Club said they were ready for war and ready to take the side of Seth Rollins, but Team Corporate is looking strong with the Dudley's Edge and two mystery men. And the main event for the World Championship, it's the rematch we've been waiting for, only this time it's tables, ladders and chairs. Shawn Michaels puts the World Heavyweight Championship on the line against the straight edge saviour CM Punk, and that is a huge match card. You are not going to want to miss it. But still to come tonight is our main event. It is a preview of the War Games match, the corporate team represented by the Dudleys taking on the Bullet Club's Finn Balor and AJ Styles. And AJ and Finn, quite the dream team right there. The Young Bucks in the back. They have been banned from ringside during this matchup to ensure a fair fight, although I'm sure the commissioner could care less it was a fair fight for the corporate team. And now, the corner clothesline by AJ, misses the knee drop, and now some Bubba punches, Bubba Pele! And that boot connected with a sickening impact across the back of the skull. And Bubba Ray Dudley in trouble at the moment. Now Balor tagged in, and there's a sling blade by Balor. Gonna go in for the cover. Here's the cover by Balor, but in comes Devon Dudley. Tries to break it up, but he hits his own man. And Devon Dudley with a headbutt, unsuccessful. And now here comes Bubba, but Bubba taken out by AJ Styles. And this matchup starts with a fast pace. Our main event here tonight on Metal, the first Metal after the brand split. And look at this! Balor with a tope! The tope over the top comes crashing down onto the corporate representatives. The Dudley boys are down. The Bullet Club has taken control. Can they maintain the momentum? It is Balor and Devon Dudley as the legal men. There's a kick to the face. And now look at this. There's a double team. The illegal double team maneuver. Bubba Ray clobbering Balor, and oh, look at this, saying he had nothing to do with it. Well, of course he did. And there's a spinning back elbow by Devon Dudley. And just like that, the corporate team takes control. The commissioner has found in the Dudleys his own personal puppets. And that is what frustrated him about Seth Rollins. He could not make Seth Rollins into his own corporate puppet. And now he sets to take him out in War Games. There's a Bubba Bomb, following the headbutts to the groin. And Finn Balor has to mount a comeback, otherwise it may be lights out for the Bullet Club. And Balor, he's on the floor. On the second rope is Bubba, but he moves out of the way. 300 pounds comes crashing down, but nobody's home. And AJ Styles desperately wants the tag. Finn Balor is inches away. Can he make the tag to AJ Styles? But there's Devon Dudley running to the other side of the ring and taking out AJ Styles. Finn Balor, once again, close but no cigar. And Balor is in trouble. He desperately needs a tag. Bubba calling for 3D. But there's the back kick, the Pele by Finn Balor. And here is the opening he needs. Devon has made the tag. Devon's the legal man. But Balor makes the tag to AJ Styles. And the phenomenal forearm. And now, taking his frustrations out on Devon, or I should say Bubba Ray, who gets clotheslined out of his boots. And meanwhile, in the ring, look at this. He's going for the Stars Clash. The back dropped over and makes the tag to Finn Balor. And now the Dudleys, looking for 3D, want to put it away. But they don't realise that Balor's the legal man, and there's a missile drop kick. Finn Balor takes out Bubba Ray, and now Bubba Ray! A brutal kick from the apron. And now again, did you see? Planting Devon Dudley on his neck with that Hurricane Rana. And AJ Styles, not the legal man, taking out Bubba Ray. The referee has lost control of this main event tag team clash. And AJ Styles telling the referee, I'm going to beat this guy's ass. I don't care what you say. And the referee's attention is with what's going on the outside, but what the hell? What the hell's going on? And the referee doesn't know. He's trying to find out where AJ Styles was gone. Oh, wait a minute. Balor pushed off the top rope. There's AJ. Would you look who it is? And the 3D in the ring.
2, 3.
And the Dudleys have defeated Finn Balor and AJ Styles, and don't tell me that those are the two goons that have been causing all this chaos. Don't tell me that Gallows and Anderson are the ones behind these heinous actions, taking out Stone Cold, attempting to dismantle the Bullet Club and Seth Rollins. Oh my god. It is Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson as I live and breathe. And why are they taking out their frustrations on the Bullet Club? I thought they were staples of it. Oh my god, the 3D! 3D to Matt Jackson, and it's the Young Bucks who have come down to try and help out their Bullet Club brethren. But it turns out that their very own Bullet Club brethren may have stabbed them in the back. The Magic Killer through the table. Of all the people that were under those masks, of all the people that I thought were helping the corporate team, the goons, I would never have guessed Gallows and Anderson. They are Bullet Club through and through. When you're Bullet Club for life. At least they say that. And now rubbing it in with the Too Sweet. And apparently, it is Gallows and Anderson who are the final pieces of the puzzle. Gallows and Anderson are the goons. And they are working for the corporate team.